Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So Manchester United have lost at the Amex thanks to a late penalty on a previous trip to the Amex. We saw Bruno Fernandes get a penalty after the final whistle. Pretty much the same things happened here. All right, the final whistle didn't go. It was about to go, and we were called back for a penalty in very similar fashion. Maupay handballed it last time. Luke Shaw handballed it this time. It was a blatant handball. It was a definite penalty. Alexis McAllister put the penalty away to give Brighton the 3 points that they probably deserved on the back of that second half performance. In the first half, I thought Manchester United played pretty well. We created a lot of chances. Without playing free-flowing, great football, we were creating chances. Marcus Rashford had one or two that he should have scored, he should have done better with. Anthony Martial had one that he should have done better with. And Anthony had a few moments. There was one particularly where Marcus Rashford gives him the ball in the box. And instead of just bursting forward and getting forward and trying to get yourself in a position to shoot inside the box about 10 yards out, he cuts back on it and goes back on himself. And it was a real odd decision from Anthony at that point in time. But we did have our chances in the first half. We failed to take them, and we've been punished for not taking our chances again. Yesterday during the City game, I saw a stat, and it had us somewhere like in the top 5, top 6 teams for goals scored. We scored 99. You know, I think City have scored around 120, 130 or something like that. We've scored 99 goals, whilst we've been missing sitters after sitters after sitters, without having a reliable striker up top to play every single week, and you know, having various issues in our squad. So we've done really well considering, but we should have done so much more. We should have been scoring so many more goals, and they failed to materialise. Now, I was live for Paddock today, and I've seen a lot of people in the chat kind of panicking at full time. Oh my God, Liverpool going to get top 4. Oh my God, Liverpool are coming, all this kind of stuff. Look, Liverpool are doing well at the moment. I think they've won 5 games on the spin. But I ain't worried for our top 4 spot, to be totally honest with you. I know stranger things have happened. And I know we've got a difficult away game coming up against West Ham. You could very easily go there and lose. But even if worse was to come to that, I think given our home games, Fulham, Wolves, Chelsea, Manchester United should be getting the points in those games. You know what I mean? West Ham, who are fighting relegation, I know we should have got a point today, but we should be going there and getting at the very least a draw. So I'm quietly confident that Manchester United will get top 4. I'm not overly concerned about that. And I am starting to feel like this season, especially in the league, is just fizzling out. And they've kind of accepted, right, we're going to get 4th. We're going to get Champions League. We've got one eye on that cup final. We've got the Carabao Cup in the bag. Now that's dangerous, because if you lose a few more games, you start worrying about what's going on behind you and Liverpool potentially catching you. But I also get it, you see it a lot from teams. Now, as fans watching all the games every single week, we want to see good performances, we want to see goals, we want to see the team winning every game. But I do think subconsciously, once you can't win the league, once you got Champions League football and that's sewn up, maybe you do start to be a little bit complacent, but you can't be. It's like what Eric Ten Hag said in his press conference. You know, the minute you start to be satisfied with what you're doing, that's when complacency and things like that creep in. So we have to guard against that, and we have to play much better than we did in the second half. But Brighton are a very, very good team. We saw that previously this season. We've seen that in other games where they've played against not just Manchester United. That they are a very, very good team. But today I thought we only had ourselves to blame. We should have been walking out of there with at least a point. We've thrown away the clean sheet at the end to a penalty. And even whilst we were poor in that second half, we should have got out there with a result, and we didn't. The second half performance though was abysmal. I think we lost control in the middle of the park. I don't think we got the forward 3 into the game enough. I thought in the first half, Anthony, Martial, Rashford, they were all linking up. We were creating chances at times. Thought Rashford and Anthony looked lively. Probably should have scored at other points, but we didn't. But we were creating those openings in the second half. We just didn't really have anything. There was a moment where Anthony goes in gets fouled by the referee, who lost control of the game at one point. United got fouled twice, and then Anthony gets pissed off, retaliates, fouls a player, and he gives that free kick, but didn't give the other 2 that went. The referee got a few things wrong today, but I thought after that moment where Anthony lost his head, we seemed to get a grip of our performance again. But then last stages of the game, you concede that goal. so annoying. And as confident as I am that we will get top 4, all the conversations now are going to start about, oh, are Liverpool going to do it? Oh, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we just have to make sure that we get the results coming up. But I don't think, you know, we'll come up against a team as good as Brighton this season. And hopefully we won't be as poor as we were in that second half, although in recent weeks we have seen a drop-off in performances. But I think a lot of it comes down to fatigue, the squad, you know, a lot of different things like that, a few injuries here and there and all that. But yeah, disappointed with the result, but hopeful and confident that it shouldn't be nothing too terminal, and it shouldn't be mean we miss out on our top 4 spot or anything like that, like some people are, I think, getting too carried away with at this moment in time. It's got to be expected. The Premier League title race is pretty much over. You know, relegation's looking like we're coming to. Like, they need to keep these headlines. They need to keep these stories going. As it stands, Manchester United are 4th, 63 points after 33 games. Liverpool are 4 points behind us, having played 1 game more. So if Liverpool win all of their remaining 4 games, they'll end the season on 71 points. United just have to get 8-9 more points out of the next 5 games to make sure that's done. Brighton have played 32, they're on 55. If Brighton win their games in hand, they actually go above Liverpool. So are we saying we're worried about Brighton coming for our spot maybe? They're ahead of Spurs now, having played 2 games less. Incredibly, Brighton could be finishing 5th or 6th, that would be madness. But that's where we are at the minute in the table. We are 4 points clear with a game in hand on Liverpool. And in terms of Brighton, they are 8 points behind us with a game in hand. So, as I said, we should be okay given our fixtures, but our next fixture is a difficult one. West Ham away. You lose that game on an evening at West Ham, and then you're going to start to worry. But then we've got Wolves, we've got Bournemouth, we've got Chelsea, we've got Fulham. We should be winning those games. And if you do what you have to do at home, that top 4 should be all right. And if you get top 4, Carabao Cup, you've got a chance in the FA Cup final. It's been a good season, although it has been disappointing to see the way it's flitted out towards the end of the season. It's fizzled out a little bit. Everyone's a little bit leggy. Our squad isn't living up with it anymore. But hopefully we can play ourselves into form between now and the end of the season, because that game against City is massive. We need to stop them winning the treble potentially, and it'd be nice to lift another trophy as well. So still loads to play for. We can't be affording these second half performances and giving away silly penalties like that. But I also think some people are overreacting a little bit. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep it locked, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.